Everyone, welcome to another episode of the Gas Mask Guys. And today, you know what? I thought I'd do a quick video on cheek filter gas mask and 40mm filter gas masks. And I thought, you know what? What's the pros and cons between the two? Which one should I get? Stuff like that. But yeah, let's get started. So here we have is the MP4 Polish gas mask used for many years. This takes cheek filters. Now, a big thing about cheek filters that's a good thing is they are designed to last much longer than that of 40mm filters. The reason why they were designed this way was simple. So the idea at the time during the Cold War was if a person has filters in their mask that last a long time, they should be able to last in a dangerous environment for longer. And in fact, that actually works. The only issue is once this filter, and this is a con, once the filters cease to work, your mask is useless. Like, you cannot replace the filter with your mask on. Now that's another pro. That's a pro to the 40mm system, where you can hold your breath, replace the filter, blow out the bad stuff, and then you can breathe again. This one, you got to take it apart, take off the mask, open it up, get in that inner nasal cup that looks suspiciously like something dirty, and then take out the filters, put the filters in, and that will take you at least 30 minutes. If you're experienced, about 10 minutes. But it's just, when it comes to that, this mask is better for it. So that's a pro to this mask. It's easier to place the filters. Another pro to this mask, no offense MP4, I love you MP4, is 40mm filters are everywhere. Seriously, every country that uses modern gas masks use a 40mm filter. Okay, that's not exactly true, but you get what I mean. Like the United States, they swapped over to the M50 and the M53, but a lot of gas masks still use the 40mm system, and it's a proven system too. Now this one's made by Oyer, as you can see right there. And it's a good system. I love the system because you can hold your breath, blow out, replace the filter, and you're good to go. So, as simple as that. Another thing I want to bring up about the masks, however, is a good thing about this is another score for cheek gas masks. Long live the cheek gas masks. Is they are less bulky. So how do I say? What do I mean by that? Is when you're wearing this on your face, it's like you're a retarded unicorn. There you go. That's a good analogy right there. You're like a retarded unicorn, where your unicorn is below your head. And every time you're flopping that thing around, you're going to be bumping tons of stuff, denting and bruising, as you can see on this filter, which actually can break it if you're not very careful. However, for this mask, and my 40mm is going over towards it, this mask is, when you put it on, it's virtually attached to your face. You won't run into anything. And that's why the Polish love this mask for tank crews, and for crews needing something for compact spaces, is because you wouldn't bump around like a retarded unicorn. So yeah, I don't know where that came from, but I just came up with it on the spot, so I'm happy for it. But yeah, and another con about the 40mm system is some filters contain asbestos, some contain chromium. Now, that's not the case for cheek filters unless it's Chinese cheek filters, but that's a complete different story. They use a different system, but most Cold War cheek filters are usually free of that. However, 40mm, older ones, anything made before the 50s, will definitely have asbestos. Pretty much. So that's a dangerous thing that you got to watch out for. And the same with Russian GP5 filters. I know people are going to get butt hurt, but it has been shown by a lot of other gas mask collectors, especially the GMCC and the GMCG, that GP5 filters have asbestos in them. Now, we're not sure which filters have asbestos in them, if that makes sense, because there were many GP5 filters made from different factories. Some factories used asbestos, some did not. So, we don't know much about that, so you can do it at your own risk. That's not my problem. But, just be safe, buy a NATO filter. Like, come on, man, it's only $10 more. So, yeah. And what else? What else is useful? Other than that, also I have found on cheek filter masks that it is harder to breathe through these than it is a 40mm filter. And the reason why is because these filters are so massive and these holes are so small that there's a very small amount of air going in and a very small air coming out. So you're going to have lots of breathing resistance, so it's not that fun running in these masks. Might as well bring up the point, all gas masks pretty much suck when you're wearing them while running. These ones suck a lot more than these ones. So yeah, anyway, this was a quick video on cons and pros between these masks. Let me know what you think. I know all of you probably will not agree with me. That's okay. You can say what you want. You have the right to say what you need to say. Just don't be a mean person, please. And don't pick on anyone in the chat. I meant on the commenting section. Because, you know, they're just like you. They don't know any better. They might be more experienced or less experienced than you, too. So, yeah. Anyway,